Many people struggle at times to get their body aroused and ready for sex. And this is a complaint that I hear mainly from the ladies. But not only. Both men and women can struggle with arousal, even if in their heads they know that they do want to have sex. But the body doesn't always cooperate. So what to do to make yourself horny? Watch this video till the end to find out. My name is Helena Nista and I make videos that help you have the best sex of your life. And today we're talking about the best and most effective ways to make yourself horny. In a recent study, men and women were asked why they have sex. And among the answers provided, there were many reasons. Because I love my partner. Because we both had some time off. Because we were bored, because we're trying to have a baby, because I feel like I should, etc. And interestingly enough, not a lot of people claimed horniness as a reason to have sex, which makes sense. With the demands of modern lives, jobs, families, etc., it's rare that we can just grab our partner and go at it whenever we're feeling aroused. What's more the case is the situation where sex needs to happen at times and in circumstances that allow for it. And not necessarily because our bodies and hormones demand it. So it just goes to show that when desire for sex comes from our heads rather than our genitals, we need to get our bodies to cooperate with that desire. And whether you're keen to get things going with your lover or all by yourself, these 10 tips will work the same way. So let's see how exactly you can make yourself horny. The environment is important and it's going to make a big difference for your body. And you absolutely can go all the way with flowers, candles, essential oils, cushions, silk sheets, etc., etc., but it's not absolutely necessary. What I typically need is to make sure that I'm warm enough and that I have my masturbation playlist going on Spotify. If I'm going to be playing in bed, I also like to have enough cushions and blankets depending on the temperature in the room. But you need to figure out what works for you. I personally love to get my mind involved, and this typically works on two levels. First of all, it's important to unshame sex and sexual pleasure in your head. It's going to be really tricky to have a mind-blowing experience if you're carrying shame, guilt, and embarrassment about sex. It's also going to make getting horny much more challenging. So embrace your own sexuality as something normal, natural, and truly beautiful for you to enjoy. And secondly, your brain is a powerful arousal machine. I don't always fantasize during masturbation or sex. My body is very sensitive and I often find that erotic touch is enough to get me there, whether it's myself touching my body or my partner. But I also know that if I want, I can reach for a hot, yummy sexual fantasy to support my arousal. I do have some scenarios that I like to play with, but I also love creating new ones. This can be so powerful for me that sometimes I don't even touch myself and I purely masturbate with my brain doing all the work. And I don't recommend losing yourself completely in a fantasy, particularly if you're with a partner, but it can be used as a useful tool to support your arousal. Playing and being sensual means that you're not trying to push and force your body to an arousal response. Instead, you're simply touching, stroking, and caressing it for pleasure. So give yourself time, don't rush this step. This is why foreplay is such an important part of sex. If we're trying to make a particular outcome happen, like a genital arousal response, we're actually putting pressure on ourselves, which can lead to performance anxiety. This will in turn really slow down the arousal. So don't do that to yourself. Take your time. Explore your erogenous zones. Play with old and new ways of touching your skin. And have fun with it. Lube makes sexual touch better, whether you're a man or a woman. Women in particular respond well to slippery stimulation, so keeping your favorite lube handy is a must. Women don't always lubricate well, even when they're horny. There is a variety of circumstances and medical conditions that will stop that abundant natural wetness. So this is when a quality lubricant will be particularly important. Sex toys are just fantastic and so efficient when it comes to providing effective sexual stimulation. So if you don't own a vibrator right now, I urge you to get yourself at least one. Porn and erotic fiction are created with a very specific purpose in mind: to get you horny. So use these tools well. And if porn isn't quite your thing, Explore erotic novels and erotic audiobooks that you can find online. They can make for a lovely soundtrack to your sexy experience. Building anticipation during the day will really add to your sexy evening, solo or with a partner. You can exchange sexy messages, you can leave each other voice notes with naughty plans for later, or you can simply picture in your head all the pleasure and fun that you'll be having. All this excitement will get your juices flowing early so that when it's finally go time, you'll be already full of erotic energy. A great practice for anyone who struggles with getting horny is to examine their past turn-ons. Remembering your previous erotic experiences, particularly the really good ones, will give you practical ideas to work with. Was it particular circumstances, like being outdoors? Or feeling a deep emotional connection with your partner? Was it your favorite sex toy? Or something else entirely? Give it some thought and then use that knowledge to enhance and support your turn-on in the future. For many women, problems with lubrication can be simply caused by being dehydrated. It kind of makes sense that your body would struggle to make you wet if it isn't receiving adequate hydration. So make sure to drink plenty of water every day. And finally, if none of these things work, make sure to consult your doctor. Many medical problems or a hormone imbalance will affect your sexual function, so a checkup can highlight potential issues and allow you to address them effectively. And if you'd like even more powerful tools, techniques, and practices to cultivate, develop, and enhance your horniness and your orgasmicness, then you should definitely check out my online course, Masturbation Coaching. Masturbation Coaching is a very potent modality that I use with many of my clients to address a whole range of sexual problems. So if you feel like more is possible when it comes to your sex life, make sure to click the link in the description below to see if masturbation coaching is right for you. And please also let me know in the comments below which ones of these 10 techniques you already use to support your own horniness and which ones you'd like to try. I always read all the comments and I respond to them personally, so make sure to leave me a note. Thank you so much for watching this video and for all of your comments and likes. And now go and play with what makes you most horny. Have a magical day and I'll see you next week on this channel, and if you're following my vlogging channel, then I'll see you there even sooner.